But the first seed, as far as we're concerned, because again, there were visa issues with some of our Chinese teams, which meant the teams that were first and third after the season, they couldn't be here. So instead, we have second and fourth. Fourth, Steel Man, who we saw in the opening game today. Second, note, Yinuo Gaming, another Chinese team, so we have to do this bit again. Don't know an awful lot about that.
Well, Yinuo also being one of the very new Chinese teams that qualified through the open qualifier tournament, where they actually ended up second. And what I've heard about them so far is that they're a very emotional team, which is kind of very good and a very bad thing. Like the advantage of that is definitely that you can use that forward momentum. You're able to pick that up and use it in your advantage. So if you're on a winning streak, you can just keep it going and end the match really quick, and also use it to just keep your focus and get even better. But the disadvantage of that is if you get too emotional, you're probably gonna like focus at one point, which is gonna lead to wrong decisions, obviously. And I think it's similar to the other Chinese team. That they're going to be very unpredictable, maybe playing some new stuff, maybe adapting, don't know what to expect from them, and maybe they're going to bring new tanks to the table, some very aggressive stuff, very defensive stuff. I mean, it's a Chinese team, they're known for their aggression, but maybe they are having none of that, no idea there, and nothing to expect. Niall, do you expect anything from them, or what do you expect from them?
Well, I expect something from them. I mean, they're certainly going to be playing for a round against Unique. It's not their main competitor to get through the group stage, but they will certainly be giving it their all. You know, Unique is a team of really young Russian superstars that emerged just 2 seasons ago, straight out of silver. They were right up battling with the greats of the Russian league. So really, Unique is a big target to take down. Like they've had 2 lands under their belt now. This is their first international event, not previously qualifying for the last grand final earlier on in the year, and I don't think Unique will be leaving anything in the bag. I think they're going to pull everything out because they want to go to the quarters and they want to go up to the top, the semis, maybe even the final, where, in my opinion, I think they belong. They're a really creative team.
You think they belong in the final?
I think it's possible that they can go to the final. Yeah, Unique has caused huge upsets in the online league for the Russian season. You know, they've won games that no one would think they would win, and they've gone really close, even with teams like Tornado that are really, really strong on lands. They've gone really close against them, so I think they can actually potentially go all the way.
What I really like about Unique is that they are such a young and like fast team. They have such an innovative team. You know, they bring out some new stuff, completely unexpected. And as you mentioned, it's working out great against even the old and very experienced and good teams from the Russian league. Yeah, great stuff by them so far.
There's an interesting contrast between these two teams and the way you're describing them, because we're talking about them being young and fearless and inexperienced. And for Yinuo Gaming, it feels like, well, that might put them at a disadvantage, whereas for Unique, it's very much worked in their favor. Yes, they are inexperienced in terms of compared to some of these other teams, and, you know, kind of just for themselves, let alone being relative to other teams. They haven't done a lot of this. They haven't been at major events like this, and yet we're kind of saying, well, in their hands, actually, they're kind of fearless and ready for this and potential finalists.
You know, what they've shown on the previous lands, I mean, even when they had very little experience, they were going right up to the top of the Russian league, and that is the top competition at the moment at this tournament. So, you know, like, I think they can absolutely go all the way because they can be so aggressive and they can be passive and tactical at the same time. And when they go aggressive, they've got such creative ideas. They're so fast with it, so well coordinated. They can really dismantle a team very quickly before they even know what's happening.
And another thing that Unique also likes to do, when they're on the draw, on that fast attack, they will also always try to take control. Always be in control of the match, like control the enemy team, leave them in their positions. Like here, Firkle, one of their best players.
Yeah, I mean, they've got loads of well-known players here in the lineup. Most of them coming from the previous season. They kept most of their players godlike there as well. Now they've got, you know, just damage dealers, tacticians. They've got, you know, playmakers. They've got everything that you could want in a great team, really. Lucifer as well. Like, every name that you see come up is a superstar in their own right here.
But what I have to say, even if you have all these great damage dealers, tacticians, and heavy tank players, whatnot, they're not really useful if they don't manage to play together very well. And that's one thing that Unique excels in, really. Like, team cohesion, playing together, teamwork, that's really one of their key strengths.
Well, he was really enjoying his moment on camera there. He could not wait for that to be over. Nuki here, we've seen him before with Not So Serious.
Yeah, I mean, I've loads of, even personal experience training with these guys. They're even a great training partner. Like, their work ethic is good. You know, they really show a lot of things in the trainings because the training goes both ways. Both teams want to learn. They really experiment with stuff. They always try and bend the rules a little bit, bring something new. And
do you mean tactically, or do you mean in tanks?
In both. I mean, anytime there's a new tank introduced, you can be sure you'll see it in their lineup. And yeah, tactically innovative.
They are unique.
The young and hungry team Unique is known as a hazard among recognized leaders of World of Tanks. Although still underestimated by some, they confirmed their serious intentions once again, finishing third in the online season. Mid-season, a strong player and tactical leader Vit became a member of Unique. The updated lineup managed to cement and prove their team's skills in hard battles since their debut in the championship. One such meeting was against NSS. Down 0-2, Unique managed to take 5 rounds in a row to beat NSS. This result wasn't nearly enough. They went on to beat some of the strongest teams in the region, including Rush and Rostelmash. Their second match against NSS was very significant. In this confrontation, the price of mistake was too high. Nevertheless, Unique were faster and more cunning than their competitors, taking the match. The second half of the season was not so bright for the team. All key matches were lost, but they already had enough points to secure a place in the top 4. At the LAN finals, Unique fought well but lost to Team Tornado Energy in the semi-finals. Their rivals, NSS, also lost in the semi-finals, allowing Unique to move forwards to the final battle with a greater amount of points. Will Unique be able to fight like they did at the start of the season when put against the strongest collectives of the world?
Unique showing again why they absolutely deserve to be here. If you haven't been following the CIS season, great performance from them against big names, including NSS.
Yeah, I mean, as such a young team, you would never expect it. Like, straight out of silver, as you already mentioned, and straight into a top spot on the RU Gold League. And as Naya also already said, like, it's a top competition there, and doing so well against them, and not like even only copying tactics or just playing standard. They are innovative, playing their new stuff, and using every new and surprise thing that they can get to their advantage.
Yeah, and in that first season, coming straight out of Silver League, they managed to qualify through the playoffs to the season final, which for any team to come straight out of Silver and go right to a final, that's a big achievement. And this next season then, they went 7-5 against Tornado Energy, who went on to win the grand final very convincingly. So going 7-5 against them at a season final is really a huge achievement.
And turning that 2-0 deficit down, as was mentioned in the video of NSS, into a 5-2 win as well. That's a team who will not lay down and die when they're faced with an opponent who deserves their respect and got them, but was still outplayed. We're talking about them in terms which make them sound sort of young and aggressive. But actually, they are extremely strong on defense as well. We'll talk a little bit about that, but let's go to Yinuo Gaming, who are on our stage here in Moscow.
Yeah, as I already mentioned, Yinuo Gaming, one of the new teams, Chinese teams, also looking very confident, maybe a bit nervous there, but smiles on every face there. Yeah, there's definitely a bit nervous there. But yeah, coming in as a new team, as an unpredictable team, I think we can compare them to Steelman. Like, they're gonna bring maybe new tanks, maybe some very aggressive play styles, maybe something very defensive, and I think their biggest strength as well is to just keep the enemy guessing, keep the enemy confused, and just basically try to surprise the enemy. I think this is what they have going for them here.
Do you think Unique are the sort of team who put prep in for their opponents, or do they play the way they want to play?
I think they always play the way they want to play. You know, they've got a very unique game style. And, you know, I think if you know, they've had time, they've had not really much time, actually, sorry, to look at what they've been playing against their current opponent now. But, you know, I think they'll just play what they've always played.
There's Niki on your screen. He started all of this. He formed this team. He was meant to go with Yato to the 2015 Grand Finals. Now he's here at the final battle with Yinuo Gaming.
Yinuo Gaming is the silver medalist of the Wargaming.net League from the Chinese region. These guys have been competing in the top tank division for 2 years, improving their skills from season to season. Traditionally, they study tactics and gameplay styles from their colleagues from the CIS region, then they mix in their own ideas. As a result, this team always has a twist upon established strategies and tactics. They qualified for the Gold Series in late 2015, finishing the Silver Series in 2nd place. Then immediately proved their skills by securing 5th place in their first Gold Series season. Last season brought incredible success to the team. Despite having a small crisis at the beginning, the team managed to qualify for the playoffs. Fighting tooth and nail, Yinuo Gaming survived the playoffs by winning 2 tiebreakers. That earned their tickets to Moscow and a chance to win the last tournament of the year. Yinuo Gaming have their chance to pass the group stage at the final battle, but will they succumb to APAC's Yato and CIS's Unique, or dominate them instead?
Yinuo Gaming looking to do better than their country compatriot Steel Man, who lost a game earlier on today, 3-5. So I was saying about Unique. We talk about them as this young, fearless team, but their stats on defense for wins are better than their stats on attack. So they are a team with a real challenge for Yinuo.
Well, sometimes on the defense you can play aggressive, and Unique has done that a lot, particularly on maps like Mines. They take a lot of aggressive pushes in the middle, and really it's going to be quite unpredictable to try and think of what Unique is going to play. And we can see the map picks out, or the picks and bans here. Unique banning Muro, I think, is going to be a good ban for them. Not played much on the Russian league. It's a very kind of systematic standard map, so a good ban out from them.
We're going to be playing Mines as our tiebreak, as well as the second pick there, Unique's pick, which is interesting because Mines hasn't come up for Unique throughout the whole of this season. So it'd be very interesting to see what they're bringing at that. There's 66% win rate on Proc, which is where we're going to be starting. And Runeberg, should we get there, that is a map that Unique has won 80% of its games on as well. So as a map lineup, that's looking to favor Unique, I think.
Well, coming back to Proc, I'm still waiting for that initial middle brawl where it's just full of heavy tanks bashing in the middle. We've seen that sometimes in the online season, but not at this event yet, so I'm still looking forward to that. But I think if it comes to long, systematic games, where the Unique can take positions and such, or where they can just take the initial start or the initial game to the enemy, they will always go out winning the games.
Always go out winning the games.
Yeah, I mean, if Unique can control the engagement, that's what they want to do. If they have the enemies under control, then it's easy peasy for them.
Let's do some predictions then. Let's put some numbers where our mouths are. I think with the map pool as well, actually, I was going to go in favor of Unique winning this, but I was going to give a couple more rounds. But after that map pool, I'm going to say 5-1 in favor of Unique.
5-1, very strong prediction.
Yeah, I know. I'm regretting it already.
I think you're not that wrong with it. I maybe give Yinuo a 5-2 here. I mean, I go for Unique, but I give them one extra round. So 5-2 for Unique. My pick, Niall?
I think I'm going to have to unfortunately go for a 5-0. I just don't really see...
I'm feeling better now.
I just don't really see Unique kind of cracking under any of these matches. I think they'll have full control of the games. If they want to sit back and just let them be attacked, then I think they can do that. Or if they want to just play aggressive all the matches, they've got the player skill and the coordination to bring that home.
They can hang back, see what Yinuo are going to bring, see if there's anything they didn't expect, deal with it as a team who are strong on defense, and then turn it up a notch when they want to turn it up a notch. What do we know? Let's find out what a certain lobster knows. we're going to start giving Tomato the Lobster a round timer. Eventually we get there then, sort of eyeballed the camera for a little bit, like, you make me work with these people, I know what I'm doing, and eventually fell in line with the rest of us and reckons that Unique will put down their Chinese opposition. What do you think? Can you do it quicker than Tomato the Lobster? Let us know online. WOTfinals.com is where you need to do. There's great prizes available, including this amazing MSI laptop too. So get online at WOTfinals.com. We will get back to our stage here live at the Expo Center in Moscow. We will get into this game to see if Yinuo Gaming can get more than a round or two or none, depending on your predictions, against Unique, and just see really what this incredible CIS team are bringing to the finals. We'll go back to our caster desk. Mojo is there, but with him, he not only hosts, he not only casts, but earlier on he was kind enough to bring me food as well. Thank you, Hector. Let's have some casting from you now.
Very much for that introduction there, Matt. I am joined here with my good buddy Mojo. We're going to get these matches underway, and Mojo, let's kind of be honest here. We're expecting this to be a quick one, really, aren't we?
I really thought when I saw Lobster going to, he should not be named Lobster, he should be Jinxter, man, because every team he turned to lost. But let's see what happens now. Like I think at least, I'm gonna go with Niall's prediction. I think it's gonna be 5-0. I think Unique is that strong, and I have no faith that a team that doesn't have that LAN experience can actually challenge Unique. But Unique is young. They might stumble, they might do mistakes. If they underestimate the enemy, that can bite them.
Yeah, I was thinking initially myself, perhaps 5-1. You know, you want to give a team the benefit of the doubt, maybe perhaps take a round, but it is Unique we're talking about, and I've backtracked and gone for 5-0 as well. No disrespect at all for Yinuo, but it's like we're saying.
When you say "but," you already stepped on what you said.
But, yeah, but I mean, like as they were talking about earlier on the desk, both Mayland and Niall were saying, the Annihilator was saying, you know, strong team, a young team as well. These guys have nothing but time in their hands. If they stick together, we were talking last season when we casted Russian finals, how we expect these guys 1 or 2 seasons to be knocking on the door of what was then Navi, now Rush, and Tornado, and that's exactly what we see now.
I think they're already knocking on Navi's door. It's just a matter of Tornado. Unique is a kind of a team that definitely has a future ahead of them. They remind me on something that New Star was before some of them became members of Tornado now and so on. So really young perspective team, and they just really have a lot of time, as you said, ahead of them.
Yep, I mean, it's going to be a tough match. I mean, coming into this, we expected it's going to be an extremely tough match for the Chinese teams to come in, just simply with the LAN experience that the other teams have with them, and also the APAC teams. I mean, let's not take it away. We've had the Elfish guy, our co-caster from the APAC region, in chat today. He's been cheering on teams like 7 Pirates and doing his best, but I mean, let's just face it, Elfish, like, EU's better than you know, your region, and Russia's better than your region. Sorry, APAC fans, but you know?
Well, we will see who will stand the last on this tournament. For sure, everyone still has the open door. They just need to, you know, put a foot down and win the matches.
And it's LAN as well. Anything can happen at LAN. We've seen upsets before in the past. You know, you have one shot, one opportunity. Can the teams, you know, go for it? Or are they going to let it slip away?
So far, experience was a crucial factor here, but there we go. We have the setups for the first battle here on Prokhorovka. Unique in defense, playing with 4 Super Conquerors, something we've seen before. T100 Light 2 Butchots for rotation, and Yinuo in attack playing with 2 Super Conquerors, couple of i7s, and 2 Butchots. We've also seen this by other Chinese team, and it didn't work out that well.
Okay, so let's get things underway. It's going to be Yinuo on the blue side attacking. It's going to be Unique on the red side. On defense, Prokhorovka here, always an interesting matchup. Teams start off north and south, and sometimes the matches end up playing east and west.
Super aggressive move toward the center of the map by entire Unique team. They are immediately flanking their Butchots left and right, just to have that extra bit of crossfire needed until the Super Conquerors arrive. While that's going on, Yinuo send their Butchots into the village side, so they may have some flank shots. When it's a brawl in the middle, which everyone desired and spoke on an analyst's desk, this is exactly what it comes to. It's gonna be a bunch of focus fire, and aggressive push.
Well, it looks like Melan's going to get his wish, as both teams are going to clash here in the middle. Initially, Yinuo pushes up over the middle, spots multiple tanks of Unique, and is starting to back off. Mikey here is able to trade off against Firko if he wants, but Lucifer is hanging off to his side. Also, there's additional tanks there. There's the Shaman waiting to get shots off. The bat chats of Alios and Nikki, though, are able to wrap round and head towards the top, Mojo.
They're spotted, so Unique knows they need to respond immediately. And there you go, bat chats are rolling from the Unique. They're going forward. Super Conquerors are using their superior DPM, and they must do it because these bat chats have more DPM than the light tank of their own.
Oh, the Shaman is being focused here right now by Yinuo Gaming. What can the return do from Unique? And there is the answer as well. He gets the first kill, dropping down Tomato. Appropriate name there for the first person to die, as Unique are starting to wrestle control of this match, but they have lost 2 tanks in return.
Lucifer, Shaman are dead, but pretty much everyone else is on full HP. Nikki and Ilos are now trying to do their claims, but look, Nikki is already on 1-shot 100 HP, and the rest are melting. The Super Conquerors compared to i7, the direct brawl, that's not even a challenge.
Big pick up there from Nuki as he takes out a Batcha. Now he's going to carry on here into the back of an IS-7. That's 2 kills for the T100 line. He's going to go over and try and get one into Hero as well now, continuing to do damage, and Unique are just stomping Yinuo right now. It is 4 versus 3. Hero is about to drop from only 162 HP left. There he goes down. Nuki picking up his 3rd kill, and Unique are the ones going to come out on top here on the first round of Prokhorovka.
This is such a classic, I would say, Russian opening, the strong opening. Yes, we are going to play our game and we are going to go straight to their face. And this is not something like a disrespect to Yinuo. They played like that against Tornado also, and they really don't care that much.
Whaley here trading off against Alios, picking up the kill there himself. So that is Unique coming out on top. Prokhorovka round 1 to them. Are we going to continue to get aggressive matches like this, Mojo? Or do you think things might slow down a bit? Do you think Yinuo might try and, not play into what Unique wants them to?
Try to play their own game and develop it at the best they can, but Unique is the one who will command the pace here. Because if they want, they can attack in every round. Yes, the analyst has said, they have better stats at defense. But also they said, already and mentioned, you can play defense any way you say. This was a defensive round on Prokhorovka.
Yes. The best defense sometimes is aggression, and we've seen that so many times from, for example, Kazna crew as well, and other teams being able to push out really strongly.
Well, the first round that Kazna actually lost was defensive round. They charged into.
Trying to go too aggressive at the start, too much, trying to run before they can walk. But you can see the kind of concentration here on the players of Yinuo. Just wondering what just happened. Was that perhaps the right play to make? How can he turn it round for the second round as the teams swap positions and go back head-to-head? Are we going to get another brawl in the middle? Will it be our quickest map of the day? Or is it going to be a bit more slow-paced?
By experience, I can just say it's smartest to focus on the next one.
True.
It doesn't pay off to go and think about the past round. You can only think how aggressive they played or didn't, because that can adjust some of the decisions that you will make in the future.
Those angles that Nuki had there, peeking up over that area in the T100. Great play from him, being able to pick up 3 kills, maintain all his HP as well while he's running through the middle of all these heavies. It's a really popular tank, T100.
Nuki actually played on Grand Finals with NSS before, and he was the youngest player on Grand Finals then.
This team is, the average age of the team is I wouldn't say 12, but not really. It's about 17, 18 or something.
You can imagine how young he was when you see him now.
It must be like 16 when he played last season or something, just making the cut or something.
I think he was like 15 on that.
Probably had his parent backstage to make sure he's okay, Parent or guardian traveling with him. We actually have had that before.
There was one tiny guy playing Arctic.
Yeah, we've had that at tournaments before where somebody had to be parent guardian meeting him at the airport.
That's
but,
okay.
We had special permission from schools for people to turn up here and stuff like that for major tournaments. But highlights of that match, round 1 already going into Unique's favour. It is a tough call here for Yinuo and Steelman as well coming into this tournament. And it was Godlike coming out on top damage, then Firiko, Whaley, and Nuki in that T100 light. 2.4, decent, very
2.4, still not good as nice 4.2k on that Murovanka run against Kazna. That was proper spanking.
Insane. It seems to be a really popular tank now. We see it a lot of the time, people playing it in randoms. Seems to be the main one. It's capable of ridiculous bounces. Actually, he'll be listening right now, and I can safely say, Mayland, I was watching him play this a couple of days ago, and he bounced 2 E100 shots in it.
That's just a cheat.
It's just disgusting. Disgusting.
It's cheat. I mean, T100, there is a reason why is it the best light. It's mobile, it's fast, it has some armor, it's small like a pancake, so it can go on places that other can't. And you can't challenge any of those stats with other. Like, the only one that can be remotely playable as him is like Rheinmetall of single shooters, because it has some kind of gun depression, so it's usable. But still, T100 can get on all spots like him and do most of the things he can and hide better. And then I would say really fun one is to play actually MX 105.
I knew you were going to bring that one up.
It's really
your
fun.
favorite tank, your favorite top light.
It's like a hidden burst machine, because those 3 shells can decide battle so much. And I'm hoping actually maybe when we come to Mines, which is next map, we will see a rush in the middle, because that light tank is super useful in that moment.
We did see that in the season finals. We saw teams using Batchats but using the smaller guns as well. It was
but we've seen teams using instead of a Batchat a light tank. But never mind, we are back to Prokhorovka now. Unique will be attacking, not like it will probably change their playstyle, and Yinuo is defending.
Unique attack or defense, it doesn't matter. They'll just push forward either way.
Oh, we were defending. Never mind.
Yeah, let's go for it. So, Unique red side on the attack, Yinuo Gaming blue side on the defense. Looks like both teams are actually going to head off to the right-hand side of the map this time, Mojo.
Entire Unique team focusing and going straight over the rail on the village side. But Yinuo is not doing it yet. They crossed with a light tank and they're gathering. They're close there, but they're not there yet.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. So they're pushing up here. Both teams see each other. Almost the entire lineup of Unique is spotted. It's only Lucifer and Godlike that are not spotted yet as they move forward. V already taking some damage in his Batchat down to sub 1000 HP. No shots coming back yet and connecting into Yinuo. So initial advantage going to Yinuo with the damage, but Unique taking a very strong control over this top right hand side of the map.
Fire Rain is already forced to fall down a bit, but there is strong presence by Yinuo on this side of the map. But I would say that's actually not a good advantage, because they can easily lock down their tanks from the other side and just focus on killing these. The thing is only what will actually Unique choose to do. And now that they actually force these I7s back, they can use their superior gun depression, superior DPM, and keep farming them.
This is really interesting here because Unique are essentially surrounded, but they're holding their own at the moment. HP bars at the top, you can see team HP pools are pretty much neck and neck at the moment, so no team really stepping forward, although Godlike is down almost pretty much to a one-shot there in his IS-7 for Unique, so he potentially could be the first one to fall here if Yinuo can get focus shots into him.
He actually did a little low roll there and didn't pen the next one. Neki is still on 2 shots and he should finish Godlike. That needs to be seen. How will actually Unique respond to that? Because they should finish off Tomato on this side of the rail and they should then focus on Hero.
And the Shaman and Nuki pushing over there, dropping down Tomato, but Hero's going to be focused now from the Shaman and Nuki, but there is backup there in the background from Mikey and the STRV and another Super Conqueror. But what can he do? Because they're being held off as well by Lucifer and Niki, so these two Conquerors are just free to farm into the 2 IS-7s below them.
Well, Shaman is constantly covering Nuki the best he can, so he doesn't take shots. So they're actually sharing the HP, which is great play.
Nice shot there from Lucifer into Fire Rain. Elios now down to 1 shot on 43 HP, but no, Yinuo now coming out on top. It is 3 versus 3 at the moment, Mojo. It's still going right to the wire.
Tight game, although Unique has only 500 HP, still 3 guns against 3 guns of Yinuo. Yes, more of HP, so some RNG actually can decide the game here. If Mikey doesn't... Ooh, there's yeah,
Kong can't do anything.
Take out the Batchat.
Caught on reload. Nice play there from Kong Bao coming in there. And only Firiko and the Shaman left. Both of them are on a 1-shot. Mikey pretty much on a 1-shot. Niki on a 1-shot. Kong Bao on a 1-shot. Oh,
this is the problem actually for Unique now, because they have 2 Super Conquerors, the heavy tanks, while Yinuo has a light tank. So STRVs can trench up, and if a light tank performs and doesn't get shot by any of the Super Conquerors, he can decide again. There you go, Shaman is already spotted. He is pushing down to find one of the STRVs, and there is a miss. There is a miss. So this game is not decided yet.
Would he have been able to hear that as it zipped over him there? Because his teammate now, the Firiko, is spotted as well. Firiko's driving forward towards. He spots the T100, but Kong Bao picks up the kill there, dropping Firiko. So it is only the Shaman left here. Shoots into Mikey, 166, not enough. Nice hit though. Drops Mikey down to 31 HP. And Kong Bao's, he knows he's going to be coming over behind him. Shaman's pushing himself up into the rail to try and get that spot.
6 minutes to go, and Unique still is on attack. Last player, but we are saying if Flight Tech performs and he just failed. There are 2 STRVs both on one shot against Super Conqueror Unique. One!
Come on, the Shaman! 1-on-1 now against Nikki. 317 and an STRV against a Super Conqueror. Super Conqueror's going to come at him from over the rails. Nikki trying to shoot into an STRV head on. Mojo, I would not like to be in either one of these guys' shoes right now.
I would actually like to be in Shaman's shoes because he can just go on cap now. He threw a Juju on Yinuo and he's taking them out one by one. Now he can go and play Hull down here behind the cap. And STRV is actually the one in a problem because he has to go and play from the siege mode against him.
Tense, tense. Now, Mojo, if you were in Yinuo's shoes, where do you come over? Do you come over top? Do you come over middle?
I would try to go from the forest. I would try to go like on F line, turn to the forest and try to get him from the forest side. But there is a question, does he have time for that?
1 minute, 48 seconds to make your move, Nikki. What can you do here?
If he crosses, he should cross on like that F line, just barely touching the middle so he doesn't get spotted by Shaman. Go all the way around and try to surprise him so he's not aimed over him.
Can he jump the rails at like the G7 area?
He can go on F7 easily.
That's what he's going to do, yeah.
Like here, right next to the locomotive.
He's got the protection.
And he can go also there where you said it's a bit risky because this is STRV and STRV can
flip
easy. That would be a disastrous
I've
moment.
done that on stream and rage
Not everyone
before,
is an Apple Wow here.
Yeah, it's just so easy to flip that tank, it's unreal. Shaman's expecting it from that side.
But look at this now. Nikki is on 317 HP. If Shaman has loaded the HE shell,
he's got
he
APCR.
might not penetrate. If he
he's got
has
APCR,
he might not penetrate. So Nikki actually does have a chance to take him out.
And you try and shoot that lower front plate of the STRV, it has a big bulldozer blade.
There we go. Let's see how it goes. He's
over.
coming behind
Shaman's
the bush.
not aiming slightly for that way. He doesn't see him. Is he going to blind fire? He's in siege mode now. Shaman, I think he's still aiming towards the rock, so Nikki is aiming dead at him. Oh, nope. Shaman. Oh, he's side onto him. Oh, Nikki,
nice
well played. Well played, laddie. Well played indeed. So that is 1-1 now. Yinuo picking up that one. Shaman nearly turning it around for Unique, but Nikki with a great player there in the end in the STRV.
Well, there goes my prediction down the drain. But never mind. Yeah. Happiness of these guys' faces sells it all. They didn't expect him themselves.
We always say, you know, this is our prediction, but if it goes wrong, then we're happy to be proven wrong. You know, happy to be proven wrong, because then it means it's going to be a bit more exciting. Then you're expecting things to be a bit too straightforward. A 5-0, like we said, it's not being disrespectful, but generally we should always say 5-1. You know, just in case.
I usually do that, but I had a strong feeling here, which was actually luckily wrong.
Wrong, indeed. Yeah.
I'm really finding it hard in me to find faith that Unique can actually throw this match. I really do, because I've seen them play many times during the season, and they're really good. And they play good in the offlines also. So I don't think that's a possibility. That's my personal opinion. But as we said, like, these things happen.
It's very easy, to drop a single round against a team. I mean, it's not always so much that it can be it's always the two things mainly, isn't it? It's always that they outplay you or you just play really bad. I mean, we saw at the start of the tournament earlier on today, we saw top tier against Steelman, and a lot of rounds were thrown not by necessarily the skill of the opponent, but by the misplays of the individual team that let the other team back into it. But I mean, this shot here, that one there from Lucifer was a fantastic shot into Firan. And at this moment, you know, Yinuo were on top. It was, for a very brief second, it was 5-on-3. And then the Shaman's like, oh, like you said, I'm going to put a juju on you. And came right back into it.
Kong, by connecting that shot on one of the Super Kongs on the middle, that was pretty much the deciding one. Because those two Super Conquerors covering each other, they could have done a lot.
And that shot as well had just a small inch to the front of the T100. And then turns, boom, gets the STRV. Just couldn't get in siege mode in time.
Ice cold.
Very nicely done. Excitement's what we want. We want a bit of hype, Mojo.
I like how these guys play. I mean, I'm looking forward to see what will actually Unique do the next, because no matter win or lose, they are dictating the pace, as I said.
Yeah, they've got a really awesome camo as well. I mean, they were talking on the desk earlier on. They said about Unique having a good shot, a clear shot through to the finals, and if that goes the way that we would kind of expect it to go, that means Unique actually has to play two different European teams, I believe.
Nice shot here. This was really nice shot.
That would mean that Unique would have to play against Oops potentially in the quarterfinals, and then we'd have to play potentially against Ding in the semi-finals, providing the matches go as we kind of predict them to go.
But you know, that's all shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Indeed,
It
Mojo,
has
indeed,
to be
yeah.
done on the spot here.
If there's anything we learned throughout last season, it's that predictions are
fail
not
predictions.
easy to make. Even when you think you have a dead cert thing, you're like, okay, this is going to be them easy. They don't do it.
If we were that good, we would replace the lobster, man.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
It would be a crystal ball around us.
Nikki coming out top damage there, STRV, well deserved there. 3.5k damage, nicely done. Veet then coming in his batch at Mikey, Shaman, Fidico. So well played there from Nikki. You know, slung the team on his back and says, don't worry guys, I got this one.
Yeah, I'm just like curious why did Shaman move in that moment. Like, it
Side
really
on as
didn't
well,
help
yeah.
his case.
Yeah, but it couldn't have given him a better angle. But it's always good to see good STRV players coming here. Yizny will be happy to see that tank being used to its potential.
Swedish power.
Now going into map number 2 here, it is going to be Mines. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one works. Are Unique going to go aggressive defense like you're saying, Mojo? Are we going to get them pushing up into the hill from defense? Or are we going to get a kind of super heavy defensive lineup that we see some teams take? We see some teams sit back and do like duo E4. We see like type 5 heavies being used. We see Mouses being used. But we have seen recently teams starting to go a much more lighter heavy setup, if you like, with 5As and super conquerors and stuff being used.
And as I said, there is a light 105 that pretty much says it all. They are going for the kill. This is like 5113's budget, and that on Yinuo side there is super conk.
Or they could, I mean,
3 I7s. They also have offensive lineup. Like with this, you cannot sit in a base.
Could Unique potentially go down low water as well?
Yeah, as a Unique. With 113s, I don't think so. Like they're too fragile for that. That's why I use I7s.
But I mean, Yinuo's as well. Yinuo's is like, we're going to go into the hill as well. So Yinuo's setup is all like this kind of like, as we're saying, light, heavy lineup, but it's just like...
Yeah, Yinuo has a super conk, so they have some advantage if it comes to that. But they're not going to have heal. They're not going to have heal.
Batchan AMX are going to go up there unchallenged, maybe get a single shot connected in, although the AMX can stop and get some shots, as they do, but none connecting, and that is a really bold play by Nikki. Drops himself off over the side. He's not going to be able to take much help further in this fight. He's stuck in that area. Shots coming back out here from Unique as they start to wrestle control of this area at the top of the hill, and the initial massive burst that we were expecting is not happening, and this is an interesting play, Mojo, for Nikki to be.
Super risky play by Nikki. I've actually never seen anyone do that in a serious match. But what is his purpose there? Like, how will he be like, I don't know.
Whoa, Yinuo pushing in here. Everyone's going all the way. Nikki's going to come round the back as they're pushing into Lucifer. Going to try and get Shaman in the back areas. This is Hero leading the charge for his team, taking the brunt of all the damage. He's going to try and push Veet out of that way, but he's just going side on into him. They've managed to drop down the tank there. That was one of the Unique tanks is dropping down. He's not able to take further part in this battle. Nikki and Kongbao now pushing into Veet, trying to get shots in with Godlike behind them, as it's Mikey taking a bit of damage there. Yinuo have lost the tank, they've lost Hero, they're about to lose Mikey, they're about to lose Firian, and in return Unique have only lost Lucifer.
Oh, Kongbao jumped down on Veet and actually managed to stomp him to death, but he's stuck now. Shaman can farm him, he does not have gun depression there, and there was some serious misplays by Yinuo. Aggressive play, yes, but not the best shooting.
Kongbao now stuck there. Shaman can effectively just drive away and ignore him while his team pick off the rest of the members of Yinuo, but it's not done in Dusty yet. Kongbao and Nikki taking shots, both now down to one shot. Nikki does fall to Nuke. Nice little combo there. Now we see the rest of the tanks. Shaman picks up Kongbao. Godlike continues to pour damage into the rest of Yinuo, and only left is Tomato, and he is not a lobster.
Tomato, maybe he's your clan member, mate. Who knows? On Asian server.
The Asian Hector clan. For the joke, people don't know there, my clan is called Tomato, so... Oh, not today, Mojo.
Proudly
not today. Proudly represented. First one to fall in the battle and last one surviving now. Interesting from there. Nikki. Very interesting.
Yeah, that's I see what he wanted to do, because when they push over, he had shots from that side, but also as he actually missed a point-blank shot.
Yeah.
At the last one he had, they managed to force one of the guys from Unique down, but they still neglected that there is a Bachat and a light tank in a back, sniping them from the hill, and that burst damage hurts a lot. So you need to throw the guns super quickly down, and they didn't penetrate all the shots they have.
Anyway, I mean, with the IS-7 getting stuck, had he finished off the 113 below him, and he'd been able to move off from that area, then he could have came round behind Godlike, and it could have changed the whole situation. But yeah.
Also, Super Conqueror does have a great DPM, but there was only one in the team of Yinuo, while Unique actually had 5 113s.
And the 113s have got the alpha as well over the
They
Super
also shoot 8 point something seconds.
Yeah.
With 440 alpha, so
there's a reason it used to be the main popular tank.
Yes.
Interesting to see we've not seen much of the 5As recently though. That used to be like a kind of really popular tank.
It was flavor of not month, but flavor of 2 months, but it kind of expired.
And it's just gone out. And the Super Conqueror is stepped up big time in replace of the
first
FV.
i7s, then Super Conks, but VZs are rarely used and only on some maps now. It became a situational vehicle down from the main battle tank.
And it's cool because it shows that the meta's constantly evolving all the time. It's never stagnant. You always see new tanks coming in, new vehicles coming in rotation.
It's exactly what I said. Like it's really good because then the game is constantly evolving and it's not the same. It's important that it's not always the same.
Yeah. This is Nikki comes running in. He's got 1 shot left.
And he doesn't use it.
Doesn't use it. Misses it. Kong Bao's looking to come in. Huge amount of damage going on to Veet there at the moment, and then Kong Bao pushes onto him to crush him, but then gets himself stuck. Kong Bao takes a good chunk of damage for that as well, and the Shaman's right below him the entire time, and he just can't get that finishing shot. Alios here against Firikol, just going for that lower front plate. Nice shot there from Tomato there actually, into the side angle there of Godlike, but then he goes down finally. Welly picking up that kill. And now Unique sitting 2-1 up. But hey, look, you now look like they're enjoying themselves.
That's the spirit actually you should keep.
Yeah, always, just go in and have fun at the end of the day.
It's 2-1 now for
Unique
on Mines. This was their attack round. This is super crazy, man. I actually liked it.
I thought he'd actually gone all the way off into the water.
I had a feeling he was going to flip in one moment.
Yeah, I was waiting to just see the big damage thing come up as he smacked down into the water, but...
I think Unique guys were like, what?
Yeah.
What?
It's like, shoot him. What do you mean shoot him? Like, where's he going? And
what are you doing, mate?
Yeah. Ice cold. And then a little smile. A little bit of happiness coming through there. Oh, Knuckles, okay. No high fives this time. Knuckles. Interesting. Godlike coming out for top damage there. He was at the end of the map being able to get a lot of farming damage, actually. 3.6. Nuki in that AMX 3105 module, like you said, just being allowed to farm into the back of those tanks.
11 shots done by that little tank, and he has an alpha like a big tank. So that's not a joke. That's not a joke.
Tomato, top damage dealer
pride,
for
your
YNG.
pride and joy in this game.
Tomato, there you go, guys. Even if you are a Tomato, you can play pro esports. Let that sink in for a moment, chat. Then the Shaman and then Firico. It's going good. I mean, we expected this, though. They were saying on the analyst desk earlier on, Chinese teams, one thing that's well known about the Chinese teams is that they come out with full aggression. They don't hold back. It's not passive play. And Unique as well, they're going to want to assert dominance. They're going to want to show that, hey, like, we're the aggressive team here. So let's just head-to-head divide. Let's go for it.
Well, let's see what kind of divide is going to happen now. Now we have a defense by Unique. They are in lead 2-1. And this round, if they win it, will actually make them step away.
There we go, Unique. That's another middle of the map clash.
I7, a lot of I7.
Batchat and a Super Conk in there. In return, though, Yinuo going for multiple Super Conks, 2 IS7s, 2 Batchats. A bit more balanced for Yinuo, but Unique are just saying, hey, look, our lineup, we're going into the middle, come fight us.
This can easily be a fight in the middle.
Yinuo, though,
Batchats
look at this,
all
look at
the
this from Yinuo. Yinuo were like, haha, we're not going hill, we're going to rush down the side.
That's also okay,
Are
because
Unique
you
going to be in a
can
position to
see
shoot
the
it?
Batchat from Unique is already flanking the other part of the hill, so they're prepared from both scenarios.
Oh.
You're here or you're down, they're going to see them pre-aimed. Let's see how much
damage
damage
can be done on these 2 Batchats as Nikki and Alios go across. First shot coming out doesn't connect. Looks like they're going to get across safely. Alios is tracked. No damage. Oh, one more shot, 2 more shots coming in into the back there just as he was about to get safe.
Unbelievable, but he actually soaked up 2 direct shots. 2 direct shots. He does have a broken ammo rack, but he didn't fire that clip yet, so that doesn't affect his startup play.
Kong Bao's now going for it. No, he stopped. I thought he was going to go all the way there.
Now we need to see what is actually going to be the play by Vit. from Unique because he should probably flank the A line.
Double cap being started here by Mikey and Hero, down to 30 seconds on that cap. Shots need to come in for a reset. Shooting down at haul down IS7s is not going to be the best of all moves, especially as Vik doesn't have vision on the teams at the moment. So it is 18 seconds. He's going to need to get some shots down sometime at some point.
It's not going to be Vit.
Unique are going to push everyone over here at the moment to try and get damage done. 10 seconds, it is Nuki that goes over, spots Mikey. Mikey and Hero back off, shots come into Mikey. Nuki just going forward. This is reminiscent of when Top Tier did something like this earlier on, Mojo, but they are going to make it work here, Unique. They are punishing Yinuo for this, but the first damage, first tank going down is actually Nuki for Unique.
Yeah, but they're making Yinuo pay by restep. Look at the difference in HP. There is more than 2,000 in their advantage, and they're making their crossfire work. Also, Yinuo doesn't have that many autoloaders like there it was by Steelman.
Tomato trying to get some shots in from this area, but Godlike drops Hero, so Yinuo have lost their 2 IS-7s in return. Unique have lost 2 IS-7s, so teams are down tank for tank, but as we say that, Yinuo has also lost their Super Conqueror, and Lucifer now is pushing up into Tomato.
3 guys remaining here for Yinuo, still 5 more from Unique. So this is pretty much decided round. Vit and Firacle are controlling the middle and taking out
damage.
Fire Rain is falling down and he needs to run. Nice connection of Godlike. Not it's gonna change the match, but still a fun one.
Vit picking up the kill there on Fire Rain. Little bit of stunt driving for him as he comes down that hill area. Lucifer picks off Alios, and the only person left is Nikki. Well, who's going to get the kill on him? No time wasted here at all between Unique and Yinuo.
Yeah, that's what I told you. Like, there's going to be a lot of fast plays by Unique. I didn't know how will Yinuo play, but apparently they like that kind of play style also. 3-1 will be the score soon after this round for Unique.
Oh.
It's just a matter of time how much will Nikki survive.
Both IS-7s of Unique with dead commanders on them at the moment as well. From the UI, the little red symbol there beside the tank player name shows that they've got a dead commander.
That must be really annoying. Oh, there we go. 3 minutes and 15 seconds in and the round is over.
Blink and you'll miss it in this fight between these two teams. Both going hyper-aggressive, both trying to assert the dominance. And unfortunately from Yinuo, just not able to stand up against the... Oh, look at the knuckles. He's like, that hurt. That one really hurt. You're too strong, mate.
Well, happy faces. Occasional glance on camera. Yeah, we are on camera. So that happens also. Still, young guys, not that many LAN tournaments behind them.
I think that's Welly complaining in the middle there, saying like, basically, dude, you knuckled me too hard there. Smiles kind of going away a bit.
Did you notice that all the Chinese players have really shiny mouse?
Really shiny mouse?
Yeah.
Like, you mean like glowing mouse?
Yeah, they're all glowing all the time, man.
I've not noticed that. I noticed that a lot of them have got the rainbow keyboards and some of them have got
No, most of their keyboards are shining in some colors, but mouses are also like this.
I've not noticed that, no.
In the last team, it was also like Ducky Muir. Ducky actually really wanted one. Maybe he'll go and
I'll swap you something, and he'll take something away from somebody
Here,
else.
take my shoes.
Yeah, he'll be like, he'll take something like from Oops or Kazna, and he'll be like, yeah, we'll swap it for, or he'll give away somebody else's something, usual Daki. It's not a tournament where Daki doesn't get something from a team by bargaining it. See a lot of these esports champions.
You mean like begging it?
These esports champions mouse mats everywhere as well. One of the guys was playing earlier on a little tiny mouse mat, but I guess if you're used to it, you're used to it.
High DPM.
High DPM, yeah. This is a push as they came over to reset the cap. The damage just coming out there, like the focus fire from Unique is so strong. Already they just immediately almost jumped on a 2,000 to 3,000 HP advantage there from that push.
And it's not only that, like Vit was already pre-aimed on positions where he thought that he will find someone, and this is the guys he was actually massacring. And it was really important because that Super Conqueror couldn't really come to effect because of that.
I wonder if we're going to get any more situations where we're going to get Nuki on Nikki, because Nuki on Nikki is quite an interesting combo there. Or Nikki on Nuki.
Bang, bang, she shot the gun.
Bang, bang as well. You guys got to cast that one earlier on. I was like, oh man. Chinese teams have got some of the best names in all the players. Nice simple names, but cool names. Nice as well. Like whenever something goes well, when you hear team comms, everyone's like, nice, nice, nice. Oh, look at that. Little love heart.
Well, the next map we will watch after this. This is initial salvo of the round. You can see the mighty Bachat armor here that doesn't get penetrated by IS-7s.
2 in the butt. Critical hit. The player would have got the message there. No damage done. Lucifer taking him down. El Diablo. And Nikki, last one alive for his team. Nothing but hope and dream as Spherical picks him up.
Well, the next map will be the Ghost Town after this segment, and again, we just expect a high brawl situation.
Yeah, Ghost Town, Runeberg as well after that, if it does get to that, but I don't think it's going to go to Runeberg.
I will never know. There is a possibility here.
Possibility, yes. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, coulda,
See
woulda,
how it
shoulda.
shines. It's in different colors now.
It's very pretty. But I find that really distracting. Like, I have a keyboard that changes colors every so often. Whenever it does it, it's really annoying.
It's because you watch more to the keyboard than where you're supposed to.
It's probably why, Mojo, yeah. You know, that's probably I'm trying to remember where the keys are or where my fingers should be. I'm like, okay, I need to hit one for
press
repair.
V to go forward. Okay.
See the amount of times I hit the repair button by accident and it just holds on, or like you know, you have a dead crew member and you hit the heal button and then it asks you which crew member you want to heal. You're like, can you heal please the only crew member that's dead? Or repair as well.
Ryan, that's why the premium consumables were invented for guys like you. You just hit one button and that's it, man. You don't have to think.
I still have that muscle memory thing to, as soon as you get tracked, to repair the tracks, and you move back and you're like, oh, I'm ammo racked as well. Every single time you're like, great, I'm on ammo. At least you've got the cooldown now. The new consumable thing is fantastic, to be honest.
It is.
In a way, it kind of kills off needing the premium consumables because if you play the normal consumables well enough, balance them.
It's different. It's different. Like with those, you repair everything also,
and it'll come off cooldown again,
and
you only pay for it once. It doesn't.
It's
You
not
can use
only
it
that,
3
they
times
give
in the
some
match.
protection.
Yeah.
They give you some protection. Like the medic gives you a higher chance that your crew will not get killed. The repair repairs faster when it's active. Fire extinguisher does give you like 12%. Chance that you're protected from fire.
Remember here and remember when it used to be like mouse everywhere? What happened to those days? Mouse and Type 5s.
Mouse on Ghost Town
Mouse
today.
and Type 5s. We've seen STRV here as well.
Yeah, we've seen it also on Kazna match. Isne played it. If you remember, he was boosted by Bachat up.
This is going to be interesting.
3 super conks here on Yinuo's side, plus Tomato the i7.
Tomato the lobster.
Serious role always for that player. And then we have 250Bs and a Bachat, a lot of flanking power between those 3. And on the Unique side, 250Bs, a Bachat also, STRV and 3 super conks. So STRV is used in the same position like Isne played it. Also bumped up by Isne, but no skill like Isne. No skill
Nuki,
like
look
Isne.
at that little smile on his
There
face.
can be only one Swedish Viking.
That little smile on his face, I have to say, nuts, they were probably focusing on me when I did that. But no, the names for Yinuo work, Mojo, is like Super Conqueror Tomato, Super Conqueror Hero, you know? You've got the mix, you've got both scales there, both ends of the scale.
From 0 to hero.
0 to, and he's not done it again? Nope. Oh, lads.
Back to school,
Did
mate.
you practice this one?
Back
or did you just watch Kazna do it?
It looks like a cool thing when Kazna did it, right?
Yeah. When the teams do things like this first time, it looks great. I remember, like, we've seen Oops do climbs amazingly first time. We've seen Gohard try it about 4 times during a match.
And they didn't boost the STRV up, and there is already cap pressure. And that STRV is really crucial for dealing
vital,
with it.
Yeah.
I think he's actually probably wondering now, why am I not shot yet?
Yeah, like, are they going to try it again? They're going to try again. It looks like they're not getting the
angle
right.
completely all the time.
They're like way short of it, and the cap's continuing to go down 1 minute 3.
19 seconds. They can actually do it once more, but this is not something that should happen to a team like them.
And the problem is as well is that once the fight starts in earnest, if the STRV's not in a good place, his contribution to the team fight will be absolutely terrible. Now, on the plus side for Unique, the rest of the tanks from Yinuo are not really in a place to support Tomato if anything
They are
happens.
actually using that i7 as a bait, but honestly, the way that Unique is
everyone's going north. Look at everyone. Everyone from Unique's here is going up for that i7.
The way that the Unique is actually gathered, they're gonna kill him and ask, where is the rest of the team?
This is looking bad for Tomato. This is looking really bad for Tomato, actually. As almost the entire team of Unique is coming in, not just for the reset, they're coming in to squash this Tomato as the Shaman leads the charge. Godlight comes in behind him, Lucifer comes in behind him. Tomato is being focused, but look at the return fire coming back here. Mikey is also being shot here, and he's being dropped, so that's 2 tanks down for Yinuo. They've lost the Super Conqueror, they've lost an IS-7, and Unique are continuing to pour the pressure on here as they also drop firing his Super Conqueror.
Unbelievable. And Kongbai is soon to follow. At the moment, 600 HP left there. Nikki actually does have a clip, but I don't think he can actually kill Fireko.
Wow. What's the plan here, boys? I don't know, let's just group up and kill someone.
That's
okay,
it,
that
that's
works
his
for
last
us.
shot, and now it will be Nikki's turn very shortly. There we go. Vit will come soon from the reload. Ilos decided to really go for it. He actually does penetrate the first shell while Fireko failed to do it. But look at the crossfire by his teammate.
Can he get the kill? No!
Nope.
Fireko
No
picks
cigar.
that one up. Unique still. I was going to say had 7 players alive, but the Shaman has been dropped. Fireko survives on 32 HP. He was the hero trading us against Lucifer, but it's not happening. And Niki's the only one left as he's going to shoot against Welly, trying to get tracking or fire damage there. But shots coming back into him as he tries to back off. And as Vit picking up the kill, and Unique now going 4-1 up here against Yinuo Gaming.
Well, in this game they didn't have to boost up. That was a lovely triple fail. But they do know how to press a mouse one and point the gun much better than
See
Yinuo.
this every single time they do knuckles, they're all rubbing their knuckles afterwards.
It's for
It's
good
like,
luck.
chill lads, chill, don't break
It's
your
for good luck.
knuckles. Yeah.
What will they do
But
if they go
like,
to best of
they're
13?
like doing this, and then afterwards they're like,
Can you imagine tiebreaker?
best of 13, gets the
13
tiebreaker.
times, but
You're so excited, you do a hard knuckle, crack, straight away. It's like, oh no, that's my game in hand. Substitution comes in. At least they're not being left hanging. I've been noticing that down the line. I was watching Kasnik earlier on, and they were all staring at Yizne to make sure that the high fives were being done.
Again?
Yeah. Just in case.
They probably did a special training with him.
And it was loud. I mean,
Team motivation training.
you can hear the teams as well. Like you can hear because they're directly behind us. You can hear the passion when they're getting all their, their warm up yells at the start. But oh, so close, but so far here for They're trying to match the aggression of Unique, but Unique just so strong. I mean, they are a pocket pick definitely for getting through to the finals here. I think they're one of the teams that has the best chance against Tornado. I mean, they came so close in the season finals.
At 7-5. They actually did better than Rush.
They were leading them as well for the start of it. It looked like it was going to be perhaps a whitewash here. Fireko hiding behind that crane on this map that's indestructible. Gigantic, indestructible crane that's got more HP and more armor than a tank designed to fight. But, that's construction cranes for you. Oh, hand over the eyes there, like, oh no, not like these. This Tomato getting absolutely wrecked here. But look at the focus fire going into Mikey as well in the middle, like, caught out on his own, nobody else to help him. Mikey actually gets dropped before Tomato.
Yeah, because actually Nuki with STRV was keeping him checked, and he was like wiggling his STRV, so Mikey didn't pen him.
That was really well coordinated there from Unique, really well coordinated.
Oh, I killed someone. Happy
It's
face.
like, yes.
This guy's little me.
It's it's like, I did not just do that. I mean, they love the player cans. Watching the other match earlier on, it was in Top Tier Steelman, and somebody in Himmelsdorf from Top Tier went round the corner and got shot, and you saw the hands come up in the air, like in the rage. It's great. Player cams are fantastic.
I think that was 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was 1, 2, 3, definitely. Yeah, because we were watching it. We were all sitting watching it together. There was me, Mailand, Niall, and I think all of Oops were all watching it together.
Well, possibly the last round in this match for Yinuo. 4-1, fast-paced rounds here, as we predicted, all forced by Unique aggressive playstyle.
Unique's so strong. I wonder if the next match is going to be like that, Mojo.
They played like this exactly as against Tornado, and Tornado were champions, and they were still attacking and then going into their face.
Yeah, like
they have no respect of that kind for anyone.
That's the way to do it, Young upstarts, they want to cause an upset.
That's how Tornado plays against everyone else. So if you manage to come into that kind of play style, that's the only way. You have to be more skillful.
That was the one where I think it was Navi lost the season final due to that. They tried to meet the aggression on Mines. They rushed Mines' defense rather than play it passively.
Yeah, and they got outplayed.
They got outplayed completely, and Tornado were like, psh, baited you. Because I think it would have took it onto tiebreaker, but things getting set up here for what could potentially be the final round here. It's going to be our second round on Ghost Town. If Yinuo can win this one and take it back to 4-2, we'll be going into Ruinberg. not a map you kind of be wanting to go into 4-2 down.
And Unique would be defending first.
Oof.
So
Oof.
really rough chances here for Yinuo, but we'll see. Possibilities are always there.
Very, very soft knuckles going down the line there. Very soft.
Yeah,
This time.
tone it out, boys. Tone it out.
Yeah, right, be careful, guys. We've still got 2 more matches to play this week. So we have Unique later on. So that's going to be Friday. They're going to be playing against Yato, and Yinuo will be playing.
Are you pretending to be a lobster and they have only 2 matches? So that means they should
Yinuo will be playing. Yeah,
lose in quarterfinals.
Both teams will still got to play Yato at different days. Leopard 1 coming out there, Mojo, and a Type 5 Heavy.
Well, Leopard 1 is an old school play. And you know when he's played, like you were there trying to boost an STRV, you usually use the Leopard alone there.
Unique on attack there with 113 IS7, potential top cap shenanigans.
Also, they have 250Bs and 3 Super Kongs, so they can also just choose to just push straight to
the
the
brawl if they want, yeah. Interesting. So Unique, red side on the attack, 4-1 in the lead on match point. Blue team, they're defending right now. We're going to want to take this one into the next map to try and get into tiebreaker, but Unique playing hyper aggressive so far. I don't see them doing anything other than playing hyper aggressive in this one as well, Mojo.
Well, it does look like they're exactly doing what you proposed. They want to go and pressure that cap. 113 and I7 are going to enter it.
The Leopard's not up yet.
And the other guys, he failed the climb. Another guys are just taking their positions. It does seem that gravity is a bit harder on this tournament here.
So Nuki gets into position, Godlike gets into position in front of him to block off using the IS-7. Great hull down tank and a horrible turret to try and shoot at. And well, can Niki get his Leopard 1 up there and get in a position to start trying to do cap resets?
Yeah, but I'm interested also who will keep them spotted. So I guess they chose one Super Conqueror to do it. There is the rest of the team coming.
Niki's given up in that area. He's completely given up in that cap circle.
But that's a huge mess, actually. That can lose them the game.
Yeah, because they can only come around one side effectively for the cap reset. And that looks like what they're trying to do, although they're trying to send the Batchat all the way around. Super Conqueror's gathering up here in the middle, going to come down the 6th line, try and get crossfire shots. But look at this. Unique are waiting for them. Yinuo are just going to drive right into them. We're going to get a brawl here. And if Unique decide to take the brawl and move Nuki and Godlike out of the cap, they can do this. But there's 11 seconds left on the cap. Where's the reset coming for here from Yinuo? Nuki can play safe. Godlike can take hits. No one's near being able to get a reset. It's not going to happen. Unique are going to take this one by cap. There is a last shot coming in. It doesn't matter. Yinuo we're nowhere near coming in for a reset there. And Unique are going to take this one 5-1.
And there we go. The first team that actually lost by capture. We haven't had this situation in a single round on European finals as far as we spoke.
No, God, in the European finals, nobody captured a base. When we had our European finals with Kazna, with Oops, with Deng, Gohard, nobody tried cap shenanigans. It was all, we're just going to wipe out the other team.
Happiness in Unique faces here. First round done and dusted. The remaining match for them will be against Yato. Strong performance, straight up to the faces of Yinuo. Making great plays here.
Indeed, I mean, aggressive plays. Yato still have to play both of these teams. So Yato would have been watching this match very, very closely to try and identify any weak spots, try and identify any weak plays, because, right now Unique are one foot in the quarterfinals. Let's be honest, you expect Unique to beat Yato. So whoever goes through next is going to be between Yato and Yinuo. So what can Yato take from this and watching this match?
Well, they know that Unique will play aggressive. They didn't have to watch this match to know that, actually. Yeah. It's just a matter of will they maybe manage to make their tactics around it so they can maybe trap the players of Unique. That's the key question here. Because we can see straightforward, Unique always plays aggression. Attack, defense, it doesn't matter. They want to be close to the enemy. They want to choose rotations themselves. They do not want to be dictated what are they about to do. And if something goes wrong, it triggers like, I don't know, like a rattlesnake nest. Yeah. They just bounce off immediately to the enemy.
Yeah, it's like the old school play of when you used to watch the international tournaments when we had like the European teams or the American teams playing against like what was then Hellraisers and Navi. It was like, okay, you killed one of their tanks and he just came immediately back and killed 2 of your tanks.
Oh, Virtus Pro, mate.
Almost regardless of their positioning on the map, they were able to just instantly hit back and say, okay, we're not letting you control this one.
These boys definitely have a future ahead of them. They're talented, good, definitely brave. Enough. And there you go. This is a huge mistake. But actually, it happened from both sides. Like the Unique didn't manage to boost STRV up. Leopard here failed twice. And I don't even consider this climb one of the heavier in the games.
Yep, and there was a shot on Nuki right at the end there, but had already captured down, and he's like, "Did we win? Did we do it? Okay, we done it! Yay!" We're like, "Okay, that was a bit easier than we expected." I mean, cap shenanigans should generally not happen. It's really
not even shenanigans. This was just straightforward push.
Yeah, you could see. I mean, if I could, as we say, if I can predict it from the lineup mojo, surely the pro players should be able to predict it.
Well, they did, but Leopard didn't climb up, and that really compromised their game from the start. So what can you do? Things happen.
Unlucky there for Yinuo. But hey, there we go. You know, in each of these maps, mojo, there has to be a winner. There has to be a loser. We went with 5-0. We were wrong. There was a 5-1 prediction on the desk. I don't know who got that one. I think it was maybe Mayland because Nio went 5-0.
Yeah.
I think Matt was 5-2. Matt was maybe 5-1 as well. We were seeing him just jump in and let us know there. So he's so happy about that one. Because the real kind of important thing is that we need to beat the Lobster. We cannot go this week and not have Tomato the Lobster out predicting us.
Lobster did the correct choice first time now.
It was a debate as well. It was a big
so
debate.
far I'm 3 of 3. At least with that.
He was like, I'm going this way, I'm going that way. But I hope we do get actually a timeout against the Lobster. We can actually say, look, mate, time's ticking. Get a move on.
Well, Lobster is definitely looking much more livelier than I've seen him last time. But next match will be Oops and Elevate, and that should be actually a close one.
Oops Elevate is going to be real interesting because it's not standard teams that we're used to throughout the regular season. There has been some chops and changes. We'll go into them a bit later. It's really for the desk to expand upon.
Yeah, we're going to let them talk about it.
It's going to be interesting because it's not the teams that you would expect. It's not the full-strength teams, arguably. Couple of potential spicy lineups for that. Some surprise picks.
Maybe even better in some regards for some people.
Possibly, yeah, possibly indeed. But I mean, for this one, it was Unique versus Yinuo. But we do have an interview lined up here with the winners. So let's have a listen to what they have to say.
Thank you, guys. It's me again, and I'm not alone. Here with me is Ola, who will translate the interview, and of course, Prokhorovka from Team Unique, who just won their match. So, how often do you play against Chinese teams, and what do you think is the main difference between Chinese teams and maybe CIS?
Как часто тебе доводится играть против китайских команд, и как ты думаешь, что отличает китайские команды от команд стран СНГ?
Ну, они чуть-чуть упарываются. Играю первый раз против китайцев, вот.
It's my first time playing against Chinese, and they play strange.
Play strange? What is the main strange thing in their game? What do you think?
Как они упарываются?
Неаккуратно играют.
They play not accurately.
Okay, so do you nervous playing on the LAN, and how is it different from playing online official matches?
Нервничаешь ли ты, играя вот так, и отличается ли от игры на онлайн?
Нет, не нервничаю вообще.
No, I'm not nervous at all.
So what should happen inside of the game to make you flame on your teammates and on yourself maybe even?
Что должно произойти в течение игры, чтобы ты начал флеймить своих товарищей и, может быть, даже себя?
Ну, себя, если только я очень сильно ошибся, товарищей не буду.
I won't flame my teammates at all, but I can do it for myself if I make a big mistake.
Oh, so don't be too harsh for yourself, and it's good that you don't flame on your teammates. Thank you very much for this interview. Good luck in further matches, and we go back to our analysis panel. Matt.
Thank you, Tanya. And Ferrical there with a comprehensive win, 5-1. Did I leap into the casting section to go, yes, it was me who made that prediction? Yeah, I did. I'm pleased I got that one down. And we're not getting Tomato the Lobster to make score predictions, just side predictions. So he's getting it easy, I think. But we all said, well, we thought that was going to happen for Unique. And they have turned up, as we said, that is a confident team. I still think potential finalists. It was a very good showing from them.
Yeah, that one round they lost, I'm not really going to accept that because they shouldn't have lost it. They pushed in when they shouldn't have. So, you know, I'll stick. My prediction was close enough.
Yeah, no, I'm not picking you up on your prediction. I'm not. I'm still just going to highlight that I was the only one who got it right. But 5-1. But 1-1. Yeah, that was the second round. That's the one they lost. And mistakes that they know. And that's pretty easy to do, to learn from and deal with them and move forward. They've got bigger challenges ahead of them as we make our way through the final battle. For Yinuo Gaming, though, that's a tough one to shake off and come back from, isn't it?
Well, yeah, especially going into this tournament, first international event, and you just start off and you get you have a very hard opponent.
Yeah.
But I was actually really surprised because unlike other APAC teams, they played really structured. They kind of had good positions and they didn't overreact. We saw that very well on the Prokhorovka.
Yeah.
They had the middle brawl and they kind of made the standard moves that maybe the EU teams would also make. But they only lost the first game because their budgets, they were on the other side of the rails and they didn't push down all the way. Or they did push down all the way, but they were too slow. So they basically, Unique had the advantage in the middle, and that's why I could take the engagement. But yeah, I'm really impressed by the first games by Yinuo. That was great stuff by them, really.
Great stuff from them. We will see some more, of course, when they play Yato. Their next game will be against Yato on Friday. Yato will be playing Unique tomorrow. Let's take you through the highlights of that game as quick as it was and as much as it went along the lines of what we were expecting. Still some great moments throughout.
Yeah, so you can see here the STRV peeking out, and the Shaman, if he had stayed still, he would have been okay.
Yeah.
But as the time goes on, he thinks, okay, the STRV is probably flanking or something, so he's looking. He goes for a relocate. He thinks, okay, he's probably coming from the 2 line, and he gets spotted out. If he stayed in that bush, I think he would have had a pretty good chance.
That's the round that Yinuo won, and to be fair, if he hadn't moved, this was probably a 5-0, wasn't it?
I think it was more 50-50.
Okay.
It was certainly a round that certainly could have gone to Unique, even after some questionable mid-game play. And Milan, here on Mines, you had some point to make.
Yeah, definitely was really interesting. There, like a middle brawl, and Yinuo did exactly the right thing that he needed to do, push over the middle, but it actually was a bit too late. The autoloaders of Unique were already off reload, so they could help out their heavies there. And Unique obviously also had a very good crossfire. You see there, they are in every single corner there of the map. So yeah, good hull down positions, side scrape positions. Yeah, just a better position in general. And having 2 autoloaders really helps them out here, especially in the towards the end when you can just pick the enemies apart one by one.
Yeah, those 1-on-3s, when they're spread out like that, they've got lots of DPM, a lot of hit points, very, very difficult to push. They can even pull back quite quickly, as we saw some of them dropping down. 2 autoloaders on the hill, really nothing to be done. It was a lost game really from the beginning. Once those 2 autoloaders got up onto the hill without any damage, there's no contest. Really just a lost round. And the other round on Mines, where we saw Yinuo going for the 1-line push, they took a little bit of damage, but then after that they had that position, they weren't in too bad a position, but then Unique saw an opportunity. There was a Yinuo tank rotating around from the back, the heavy going to the middle, so they just dropped over. They can ignore that heavy, focus the tanks on the cap, and finish off the cap so quickly that there was nothing else to stop them.
Still, this was like the only option that they really had there, like the only realistical chance, and they used it, so it really shows again how well prepared Unique is, and they obviously faced the situation in trainings as well, and they exactly knew what to do, and as you see here, it worked out really, really well for them. Yeah, but also that one Super Conqueror, Fire Rain from Yinuo going towards the hill, that was maybe a bit of a mistake that we have to point out, because he could have helped out the IS-7s in the water, and that maybe would have made the difference. Also, the 2 budgets in the south were not ready to help their heavies there, and I think if the Super Conk and the budgets would have been in position, that would have been a very, very close match. Yeah, but like this, Unique did it very well, so not even close.
They just peeled that Super Conk apart, didn't they? Just damage, 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 damage. Blue, 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 blue.
Yeah, and here Nuki failing the boost not once, not twice, but 3 times. And all the time the cap had begun then with some tanks from Yinuo. I think it was two tanks on the cap.
Daki was saying, how is he being allowed to drive this at this moment? And he's basically not really driving it, is he?
Their boost coordination here was not really good. The bot shot needs to be so much closer to make that boost. And you know, once the cap gets going and you don't have the STRV, which you were relying on in your tactic to make those resets, there has to be a push from somewhere else in the round on the map for someone to reset, because resetting that IS-7 from normal positions is going to cause you to take so much damage. You have to make some sort of a push.
We had another clumsy retake later on as well that we'll come to.
Do you think like failing the boost, maybe because it's such a young team, they're a bit nervous because they look kind of calm? What do you think? Why did they fail? Like, I know Nuki or in general Unique, they're tryhard guys. They will train everything.
Here's that final fail.
It's not the hardest boost. It's not necessarily an easy one, but I'm not sure why they were failing. I think it's just maybe...
Do you think, I mean, surely they didn't come here and try that having not practiced it. That's something you practice on a map. This is not a new idea.
It might be, what I think it may have been is just a little bit of a throwaway tactic that they're throwing in there, just because they were leading very confidently so far in the round that they thought they could just go forward with it and just save one of their tactics for later, for the quarterfinals that they're expecting to go into. And you know, just save it. Like, really, there was no need to spend potentially a very good tactic that they have, that they've been training for weeks and weeks and weeks at.
But that's brave or reckless, depending on which side.
They're in a very strong position, though. I mean, I like, they were a couple of rounds up, and they knew that they had another ghost round. They had 2 ghost rounds that they could very easily pick up with a completely different tactic, just based on their coordination between the players.
But I guess what this moment also showed, like failing the STRV or not managing the boost with the STRV, then you gotta have a plan B. How do you react?
Yes.
Plan A not working, and really showed like they exactly knew what to do. Okay, STRV is not up. We have to do some kind of different move. And so they just pushed onto the cap. The IS-7 was not really covered. And yeah, that really shows how well prepared Unique is. Always having a plan B that can save your life.
That will go down as what Unique needed and what many people expected. So that's what we thought of it. Let us know, of course, what you think of this whole event. This is the final battle for 2017 live from Moscow with these 12 amazing teams. You can go to WOTfinals.com. And you can enter our amazing competitions, win a really incredible MSI laptop, and take World of Tanks with you wherever you go. You can do all of that there at WOTfinals.com. And of course, send us your tweets and thoughts as we go through all of these days of action live here in Moscow, and who you think is going to win each of our games. We have one more for you today.